I'm in Nairobi. I get in the car, and my mom calls me. And she's like, "Oh, hi, have you landed?" I was like, "Yeah, I've landed." She's like, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm in the car." I was like, kind of preempting. I was like, "I know you're calling me about she. Mukami already called me and told me that she wasn't breathing well, but the doctors and the nurses were there." So basically telling my mom is like, "I know you're calling me to tell me that something has happened, but she's fine, all is well. I'm even about to call them." Then she was like, "Things have taken a turn for the worse." I was like, "Okay." And then she was like, I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Things are bad." I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, I don't know even how she would articulate it, because she wasn't really saying that she has died, but I think at some point she ended up saying that she is no more. When we were driving, I wanted to jump out of that moving car. I was like, I don't want to be in this reality. I would rather be anywhere else. But then I was considering I'll just jump and break my leg again. So I was like, maybe not. I felt almost upset with myself that I didn't do something dramatic, like take my own life as a tribute to her. Could I have loved her that much then? It feels like betrayal healing. And that's valid for a season.
This is the Unapologetic mic, where unspoken words finally find a voice. No scripts, no filters, no judgment. Speak your truth, own your story.
Dear Peshy, I was at the airport standing in the boarding line when the message came in from our campus WhatsApp group. Peshy has rested. My mind could not comprehend what I had just read. Passport in my hand, ticket on my phone, my head still planning how I would surprise you in that hospital bed. I boarded the plane, sat down, exhaled, and then went back to check the message again. I was somewhere between the clouds while it finally hit me. You were gone. Planes can be loud, but I remember silence, the kind that fills your ears until your thoughts become too clear. I kept thinking the message was wrong, that maybe my phone had mixed up names. I hoped you were still at the hospital bed, rolling your eyes at the food, waiting for me to walk in and say, "Surprise!" I was coming home for you, Peshy. I never told you because I wanted to see your face when I showed up. I imagined you smiling, weak but stubborn, still insisting you were fine. I imagined us laughing about how dramatic everyone was being. I imagined you telling me, "Grace, relax, I'm not going anywhere." On that plane, memories kept interrupting my prayers. Us in the hostel, sharing that yellow framed mirror patched together with strips of different colored tape. The tape held the mirror and our dreams in equal measure. You with your makeup brushes, saying one day your work would walk the biggest runways in the world. Me sketching outfits, convinced fashion would save us both. I looked out of the plane window, hoping to wake up, hoping turbulence would shake me back into a world where you were still there, where this was just a dream. That flight felt like it took forever to get me home. When I landed, of course, there was no one waiting for me. This trip was top secret. I just wanted to see you. I dragged my suitcase through the airport like a stranger in my own life. I honestly felt like I had packed stones. When I finally got home, I was met with tears. No words, just faces that already knew. Your mom looked so tired and frail, and your dad was just sat in the corner holding your picture. I cried for you, Peshy, hoping the louder I did, you would just wake up. everything after that moved too fast. The planning, the burial, the goodbye, I was not ready for. One moment my best friend was alive, and the next I was learning how to live the world without her. These 2 years have been hard, Peshy. Hard in ways I never knew existed. I have been in and out of hospitals, fighting depression, trying to find my way back to myself. Some days I feel strong, other days I miss you so much it hurts to stand. Sometimes I still reach for my phone to call you, and then I remember you're not there. I want to get better, but I am scared that healing might sound like forgetting you. I hope that one day I finally step onto that runway and live our dream. I miss you more than words would ever allow. Love, Grace. Oh wow. Wow. I mean, the way that you've articulated your letter, you've articulated what you're feeling so well. So I'm so sorry for your loss. And also you articulated yourself in a way that I think anyone who has felt grief, especially shocking, has definitely felt. So I walked that letter, I walked that journey with you. And I'm so sorry for your loss. I deeply, deeply empathize. Before I share anything else, I just want to give a bit of background about my experience with grief. And there's so many similarities, it's so interesting. So in 2024, I lost my guka. And we were really close. That was the first time I lost someone who I would say was very close. In 2019, we had lost my cousin, she's mom. And that was tragic and it was painful, but it felt like I was more mourning for her than directly the relationship I had with her mom. So 2024 is the first time that someone who I deeply cared about had lost a close family member. Then 2025, last year, April 8th, my cousin, she died. And my kuka's death was painful, of course. I was confused, I was angry, but with she, I was shocked. Because with your grandparents, you expect, you're 80-something. It's not like I want you to die, but it's in order of what you expect life to go like. Your grandparents go, your mom, your parents, then you. So with she was 6 months younger than me. And I have no way of articulating our relationship except for she used to call me her Elizabeth, and I used to call her my Mary. But we've never said that to each other, but there's a voice note she sent me for my birthday where she expressed that I was her Elizabeth. I was, like a cousin who is so close, it's a sibling, and because my mom and my sister still live in the UK, I relocated, so she was my sister here, so our closeness was something I can't really express. She went into hospital March 8th, and that was actually the day of my birthday, and then she was sick and fighting for her life, but I thought it would be fine. In fact, I had a vacation that was planned in that March, but I didn't go. The weekend now I went is because she had stabilized, and I was like, oh, okay, she's going to be fine. So before I went on this holiday in Diani, I went to see her. I was seeing her pretty much every day through that month that she was there. I went and she wanted to be bathed. So I bathed her. Her sister was there kind of supporting because she wasn't strong enough. So I bathed her. She said that she felt really good. We talked and she was just like, you go have fun in Diani. It's going to be great. So I was going feeling like she's stable enough, like I can go. And because that month was so stressful, it just felt so good to have something to look forward to in this Diani trip. There was an event. So while I was in Diani, we spoke, I was FaceTiming. The last time we were FaceTiming, she was getting her hair undone by her sister, now my one of my other cousins and also some of her other cousins. We talked, chilled. Have a good night. Now I was going out. Have a great time, honey. I love you. I love you. Then I took the flight. Now, I think it was like a day or so after I took the flight. I had the best flight, by the way, just randomly, like such a good flight. On the way back to Nairobi, I met this American man who was like older and so funny, just like randomly great flight. And when I landed, I had an alarm that was written. It was actually like 4:30 p.m. or so, and I had written, call she. So then when I got down, I had that alarm, and then I was like, I'll call her on the way. Now there was a car that was coming to pick me up. On the way home, I'll give her a call. I get in the car and my mom calls me. Now, before I left Diani, her sister had told me, she called me, she was like, she's not feeling well, she's not breathing. But that had happened before, like she's not breathing properly. So I told her, I was like, okay, are the nurses there? Are the doctors there? She was like, yeah, the doctors are here, they're like with her. So for me, that was, she's getting the support that she needs in whatever she's feeling, like the breathing that she was struggling with. So I felt pretty calm, but now I just knew that I needed to call and make sure that everything was fine. But there was nothing in me that could have suspected that anything would go wrong. So anyway, I'm in Nairobi, I get in the car, and my mom calls me. And she's like, oh, hi, have you landed? I was like, yeah, I've landed. She's like, where are you? I was like, I'm in the car. I was like, kind of preempting. I was like, I know you're calling me about she. Mukami already called me and told me that she wasn't breathing well, but the doctors and the nurses were there. So basically telling my mom is like, I know you're calling me to tell me that something has happened, but she's fine, all is well. I'm even about to call them. Then she was like, things have taken a turn for the worse. I was like, okay. And then she was like, I was like, what do you mean? She was like, things are bad. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, I don't know even how she would articulate it, because she wasn't really saying that she has died, but I think at some point she ended up saying that she is no more. There are no words, none, to explain the sound of my heart splitting in pieces. I have never felt like that in my life. The shock you articulate in your letter, that like the world has ended. I was in this car. Now my driver, who is someone who I was familiar with, thank God it wasn't a random cab. It was a car service that I used, a travel company. And so he now he's hearing me. I'm screaming. I'm like, why are you lying? Like, why would you say that to me? Why would you say that, Mom? Like, you're lying. That's not true. I mean, I'm screaming. So he stops the car on the side to kind of find out what it is. He takes the phone from me. Like, I'm wailing. I'm on the floor. Like, I am beside myself with emotion. So now Chris, the driver, speaks with my mom, and my mom tells him what's happened. So now he knows. So now it's like he's rerouting from going home to the hospital, because obviously I want to go see her. That car ride, that plane they're saying that took forever, it was literally like 40 minutes, and it was the worst 40 minutes of my life. Going to get to the hospital, I'm not the next of kin. So it's like I had to wait for them, like now her husband, her sister, to come back, because they had to go home because one of the other cousins just lost it beyond when they were told the news. So they needed to go and sort that. So I'm there waiting. I'm angry. People now, like some of my family members, are calling me. I'm just so angry with everyone. When I saw her, I couldn't let her go physically. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, how could you leave? Like, how could you die? It was like, it's still impossible sometimes for me to comprehend that she did die. So when you speak about the plane, when you speak about the shock and like the holding her, just like being beside yourself with just anguish that you can't really articulate, I deeply, deeply empathize. What I would say for me in my grief experience is that you've got to let it sit. You have got to cry and be angry at everyone, cry every waking minute that you can. You have got to let it break you into pieces, because attempting to contain it can hurt you, it can ruin you. There's actually a friend of mine whose mom has dementia, and it was caused from grief. The rapture of losing someone close to her, like by her brain trying to protect her, she lost her memory, because grief is associated with memory. So being able to sit and be in that darkness, it's something you have to do to be able to survive it. There is no way around it. So I see that you're saying that you're in and out of hospital because of depression. It's perfectly, actually, when my mom told me, I was surprised that my heart didn't stop. And it felt like the only worthy thing, the only natural consequence to this kind of pain is for my heart to stop. When we were driving, I wanted to jump out of that moving car. I was like, I don't want to be in this reality. I would rather be anywhere else. But then I was considering, like, I'll just jump and like break my leg again. So I was like, maybe no. But your body reacting to this kind of severe loss, in way of depression, in way of isolation, just not feeling like yourself, is so normal. You are surviving the worst kind of pain you can feel. I don't know what else. As in, outside the physical, like an emotional pain, grief is the worst. Also, she's your friend, so she's like most likely an age mate. It feels like she's your partner to go through life with. So then when she goes, it's like your story together is like, wait, what do you mean? Who's gonna be there for me? When I broke my leg, she's the first person I call. When I lost my huka, now from my mom's side, she was right there by my side. That's how we've gone through life. Since I relocated, now we kind of reconnected even deeper. It was like that. Before we went to the UK, they were my first sisters. Her and her sister were my first sisters. We were kind of raised in like a little trio until my sister and their brother came. It was like us three born really close together. Her sister in 1990, me 1991 March, she 1991 October. So like that, it feels like, what do you mean when I look by my side, she's not there? There's so much of your life and what you thought would happen that isn't going to happen the way that you thought. So there's grief in the present, there's grief of the past, all of the memories, and then there's grief of the future that you won't be able to like tell the way that you thought that you would. So allowing yourself to be in that darkness is something that you just need to go through. I think it's brave that you've been able to go in and to the hospital and seek help and say that this is too much. I need someone to guide me and help me through this. So that's courage. It's not that you're not being able to cope, and as in it's a struggle because it's painful and it's there, but you seeking help is the best thing you can do. For me personally, I've been doing therapy for a long time. So I've had the tools to be able to sit in pain. I did not know this kind of pain, but the tools felt like they were there. It felt like I knew. In fact, the day after she died, I had a therapy session set, and I just said, just go through there. And so the next day I had someone validate my experience, tell me that these big emotions, the way I'm feeling lost, the way I'm feeling like I want to die, the way that I'm feeling angry, somebody told me that that's what I should expect. And someone validating your pain is a very big part of healing. And it's actually a big reason why I talk about grief so openly. Because when I went on Instagram, now trying to look for who talks about this, who walks people through grief, like in an intimate way, I couldn't find anybody. I started searching pages internationally, like who knows what the hell this is and how I can get through it. So then I share every single month. I do like a check-in on my page to share how I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing, and give other people space, number one, to share their own, and two, when I articulate, I give language to what you might be feeling but you can't articulate. So the feedback I've received is that people feel like, oh, like, you know, I'm validated, like I get what I'm feeling, and it's normal to feel the way that I'm feeling, you know. So I would definitely suggest doing that, like looking for the pages where you can find, where you can have people tell you you're not crazy, because it does feel crazy. And no matter who is around you, your own grief feels so isolating that it's like, it's only me who feels this way. It's only me who had the relationship I had with she. Everyone had a different one, but me, I'm losing my she. Everyone has a different version of she, but mine is the one that's gone for me. So that feeling of isolation can be crippling. So find community in whichever way you can, whether it's on social media, there are grief counseling, group counseling that people do. Also, there's a book that I read called Option B by, you put it here. I forgot her name, and she had lost her husband. And Option B is the life that you have to create around the unimaginable. I don't want to have a life without she. Right? Like, you know, that's option A, get she back here. That's what I want, but I can't. So option B is this. So now it's about how you navigate option B. I would highly recommend it. And in the group, in that book, she talks about like different circles. So the immediate people who are most affected, who are they? So now that's she's husband and her siblings, because they've lost both their parents. So that is like the first circle. So if you're outside of that circle, you lean forward so that they can hold on to you. And because helping other people with their grief also helps you. Then you, who's further outside, now I would say I was circle 2. So you lean outside to get the support. So then I leaned on my family members who were not like as close with her. I leaned on my friends so much. Like I fell on them, I would say. Actually, I did not attempt to do this alone. So find ways where you can support and then also be supported. Other things that helped, like definitely therapy. I went to therapy every single week for at least the first 3 months, just to get myself validated that this is not going to kill me. I didn't socialize too much, and I let myself be antisocial, because being outside meant I had to hold in my grief, and that was just so much tension. I constantly felt tired. So if you don't want to be in social settings, let yourself not be. I know, I completely understand what you feel by you don't want to heal because that feels like forgetting her. I get it. In the beginning stages, the pain is her. The pain is who you've lost. It's the only thing that you have attaching you to them, because they're not here. So the idea of your pain going feels like a betrayal to them. You know, actually, I felt almost upset with myself that I didn't do something dramatic, like take my own life as like a tribute to her. You know, like could I have loved her that much then? You know, it feels like a betrayal healing. And that's valid for a season. But eventually what you will find is that what you can alchemize out of this grief is now what she becomes. So for me, she is the empathy that I hold deeper. She is the courage that I have. She is the the consciousness I have, the respect I have for life. Everything that grief has made me, for me, is what I attach she with now. It's how she is helping me even in the afterlife. So I don't have to stay loyal to the pain, because now my loyalty is what I've been able to do with my pain. So don't be afraid to let go of the pain, because whatever comes after the pain will also be her. It will also be part of your relationship, you know? So funny enough, because as I said, she used to call me her Elizabeth, and so she's my Mary. I feel like who I've become is because of her. So I feel like even in the afterlife, she is still my Mary, you know? She is still the person who is supporting me, supporting my growth, encouraging me, cheering me on, and she's cheering me on in a deeper way, because she's part of who I'm becoming. And I don't think there's many things I wouldn't have done if she hadn't died. There was like a fear I felt all the time, like I wasn't standing in my light the way I should be, you know. I had all of these fragments of like holding back. But now, after having the capacity to experience this kind of loss and still stand, it's made me braver, it's made me more courageous. So I guess in your grief journey, you can ask yourself, like, what could losing her help you? Because if she was your helper, she was your ace, she was your there, that doesn't end because she died. And so let whatever pain you're going through, let it change you, and let that pain become something else, because your relationship with her it's lifelong. It's lifelong. And I remember that it's a comment that Jules left on the first post that I posted about her passing. And she said that even now, your bond is unbreakable. Because initially what you feel like is that death has cut that the bond dies with her, but it doesn't. The bond stays as long as I'm here. As long as I exist, it's gonna be here. So the bond doesn't go anywhere. It is unbreakable even now. So let that bond and that connection, let it do something for you now. And yeah, time. It's right now, by the time this is coming out, it's going to be 11 months. And for me to be sitting here telling you that I even did a post about the gifts of grief, I can tell you that it's survivable. It is earth-shattering, but it is survivable. And you will find ways to connect with her that are no longer just attached to the pain. I promise, you can. I am becoming the woman I've always dreamt of being. I feel strong. I feel brave. I feel empathetic. I feel so much more less afraid, you know? And I see you and I feel you in the fabric of who I'm becoming. So I am devastated. I'm devastated every day about this, but I am learning to see the continuation of our bond as who I'm becoming, as opposed to just the pain that I felt. I finally did my coaching course, which I've been saying I would do for so long. Thank you very much. That was the courage that you gave me. I ran a 10K at the Sanchat Marathon. Thank you very much. I would never have done that. I traveled. We went to surprise Aggie. I went to LA. That's something that I really, really enjoyed. I am still sticking in therapy and still growing and becoming somebody who I'm really proud of. And I know you'd be proud of me. I know you worry about me. But I'm doing okay now. And I'm feeling more and more capable of existing without you here in the physical realm, because I know you're always with me in my heart. If me, the pain I feel, if it was me who went first, you'd be feeling it. So I honor it and I carry this pain in a courageous way, because one of us had to go, right? One of us was gonna go first. So if it was up to me to feel the pain or for you, I'll take it for the both of us. Not because I deserve it, but because you've suffered a lot more loss than I have. And so I'll carry this one for us. Everyone is doing better than I expected, I guess, for those who I do know how they're doing. We are all just doing our best. and you connected us so much with, you connected me so much with Dad's side. Shush died. You probably you'd have experienced that, and that would have been shitty. So something else you didn't have to experience. The more I'm in life, I used to feel in the first couple of months, every time I felt the sun, I would just wish, I wish she could feel this. But now I know that life has so many complications, and you always deserved rest. You always deserved ease. So I trust that either you're nowhere, in that case you're feeling none of the stress that we feel and whatever all the things that come with life, or you're in bliss. And both ways, I'm sure you're not in suffering, and that is what is keeping me encouraged in this journey, in this moment right now. Let me see if there's anything else specific from this letter. When it comes to grief, the idea that you won't feel that anguish is not real. You won't feel it all of the time. You won't feel it every day, but every so often on a random Tuesday, on your way somewhere, you will be engulfed in grief that it feels like it's the first day. But you will never be less capable of carrying it. Every time you carry it, you're more capable. So I think a lot of you may have seen the illustration, which is the pain doesn't get lighter. You kind of expand so that now, let's say if it's in the center, it's not knocking you all the time, but it's still always there. So accepting that is really, really hard. But it's something that you can do it. It's doable with the right support, whether professionally or personally, and a genuine determination to kind of push yourself forward. I would say that there's a time when I was feeling like I was getting better, but it's like I could easily just sink back or move forward. That bit when you feel like you could move forward, because if you don't, it will keep you stuck. It will keep you in the same place, not doing anything, feeling hopeless. It will. So when I know you say you're scared, Grace, I know you say you're scared that you, like, if you heal, you get, but you can't stay here. This doesn't serve her or you, you know, and I know eventually you will see it that way, and I know you're probably just not seeing it right now, but it doesn't serve anyone. But you honor the pain, you feel it, and then you do your best to find a way to carry it forward. As in, carry it with you as you go into your life. There's something else I wanted to say. I wanted to give an example. There's a lady who is the founder of the Good Quote. It was like super popular years ago. She lost her mom and she didn't do anything for 4 years. And because I share my grief journey loudly, I feel like sometimes people end up comparing themselves with what I'm doing, and I don't want that. I don't want anyone to feel like I should be where Lydia is, or I should be doing it the way Lydia is doing it. No, I don't want anyone to feel that kind of pressure. This is mine. And remember that I may have tools that you don't have. I may have support that you don't have. I may have a lifestyle that allows space because I work for myself. On the days when I didn't want to do anything, I just didn't. You might not have that luxury after a while. And I know a lot of like corporate companies as well, the grief, the period you get for time off for grief is like really immediate. Members, they might not recognize a friend, they might not even recognize a cousin. So then you're forced to kind of get back to the things so quickly, even before you wanted to. But I will say that getting back to things also helped. Even in the book Option B, they say get back to the routine. Yes, hate it, but it shows you that things are moving, and that means so is your grief, so is your healing. So that movement can actually be very, very supportive in your healing journey. It is unimaginable and nobody knows the roadmap, but I do my very small thing to try and express and be open about what I experience, because I think the worst thing is we're all going through something, but nobody's talking about it. So that means we're all dealing with it in isolation, and that's not fair. So that's what I do. If I'm somebody who you'd like to kind of follow along in that journey, I really do share intimately. I think after the first year, maybe I won't do monthly anymore. Maybe I'll do like every 6 months, but I will still keep her alive, because actually talking about her and sharing her and stuff is what keeps her here. Yeah. Okay. And thank you for your letter. And for everyone who's going through grief, you are not alone in that. There are many of us who are dealing with that kind of hardship, and you can definitely get through it one day at a time, 1 hour at a time. You will find your way back to something that feels like normal.